Hi guys, it's Belle here, on with a quick video. This is a vintage book haul that I wanted to share with you. So the first three are actually books I'm going to be keeping for myself to use in my crafting. The first one I picked up is, it's a bit grotty, but you know, it has been used. It's the Pitmans shorthand writing exercises and examination test. It has a name there, Valerie Seeger. It is a bit rough and ready. I'm trying to see if there is a date somewhere. Hold on. I can't see the date, but that's all the details of it. Hope you can see that. You might be seeing a date, but yeah, from the actual money itself, like sixpence and things, you can see that this is quite old. It is a bit rough in places. There is a bit of ink and stuff like that, like on these pages, someone's fountain pen. Do you guys remember that? They're all fashionable now, fountain pens. Everyone's reusing them. But when I was at school, you had to, and I'm not even old, I had to actually, for the first few years of both primary and into secondary, you had to actually write with a fountain. Look at that page, but that's quite beautiful. I can do ink things on that. You had to actually write with a fountain pen, and I think it was only when I got to I don't know what was second year, now it'd be year 8, that they started introducing, you know, biros and stuff, but it wasn't really the done thing to write with a biro. Maybe they were just the kind of school I went to, because I went to schools in different countries. Anyway, so I picked up that to use. I also picked this up, Anthology of Modern French Poetry. This would work quite well, the cover of this. Again, it's got an inscription, 1968. That page is a bit ripped. 1967 this is from Boulder to the present day. Got a little preface and everything. So first published in 1952. And yeah, it's actually, other than that page there, it's actually in really good condition. It's not even that, doesn't even have that really old colour to the pages, but it's all French poetry, which I found really lovely. So I'm going to be using that. I also picked up this Scholastic resource. It belonged to Mrs. Dunn, and it's all about spring seasonal songs and poems. It's actually from 1989, so still vintage, but not really vintage. 1989, and it's just really good. Try and open it up so you can see. It's got an introduction, list of things to do, poems, and then it sort of shows you how you can use these in schools or with children, what you can sort of talk to them about, and activities you can all do. And yeah, this is going to be, I'm going to use some of this in an up and coming journal that I'm making. And then you've got all the music sheets in here too, and I just love some of these images. They're just so pretty. And for 1988 to 1989, it was actually a little bit modern. Look at this one. There's a husband hoovering and a woman lawnmowing, and you know, obviously you should be able to do that. Just because we're a certain gender doesn't mean we've been born with specific genes to cook and clean and all the etc. But for 1989, I think that's quite modern. Yeah, and look down here. The husband's hoovering. Spring cleaning time. Anyway, so that was quite good. I picked that up as well. Now these next three I am actually going to sell in my Etsy if anyone's interested. There is this super cute book. I mean, yes, the spine's not great. It's a bit like battered and bruised, but it is very old. It is The Young Visitors, or Mr Salteenas' Plan, by Daisy Ashford and illustrated by Heather Corliss. And again, it's inscribed, look at that, to Jeannie, Christmas 1950, from Patricia, and I think that's Graham up there. And they've put Arding down there, maybe that was the surname. And it's just a cute, the illustrations in this are beautiful. The Young Visitors, and then it says is what part of the Zodiac books from London. They must have been a collection. It's just, and this, other than the fact it's beautiful, this line made me chuckle. Mr Salteenas was an elderly man of 42. 42. Elderly at 42. This is from, sorry, I didn't show you down there, but this is actually from 1950, first published in 1949. So, you know, 72 years old. This book, that's elderly, not 42. And it's just some cows flashing past the window. It just made me chuckle, but the illustrations are beautiful. And I'm actually going to read this before I put it in my Etsy. But obviously by the time... Not kind, sir, he muttered, quite usual. Obviously by the time this video goes live, it will be in my Etsy. If you are interested. Not up to much, said His Highness. I mean, it's not in perfect condition, as I said. The corners are a bit frayed. Fainted into his outstretched arms. Oh, dear me. The illustrations are so adorable. I mean, look at those. Just look. The End by Daisy Ashford, galloping madly after the royal carriage. I've no idea what this book's about. And these are a list of the Zodiac books. But considering it's 72 years old, I think it's in pretty good condition. There's a bit of wear and tear. So there's that one. Then I also picked up this Pitmans Pocket Shorthand Dictionary, New Era edition. This, again, is in need of some TLC. But it's super adorable, and it's so, look how tiny it is. I mean honestly, these books are so tiny. I'm trying to see if there's a date on here as well. The paper and binding of this book conform to the authorized economy standards. So Isaac Pitman, New Era. I'm trying to see if there's a date. I can't see a date necessarily. Obviously quite old. And yeah, it's just all shorthand. I mean, how... It's just fascinating. I don't know how people... I mean, how can you remember the difference of those squiggles? So, and it's all still bound, which is brilliant. No marks that I can see. Well, there's a little pen mark there, but you know, no major issues. This would work great in junk journals. It would work absolutely brilliantly if you can bring yourself to tear it up. Size 8 inches by 5 inches, end opening 36 page. That's that notebook, not this book. This book's a lot smaller than that. Let's actually get my ruler. Hold on. It is 3 inches by 5 inches. It's just so adorable. So that will be in my shop. And this other one, which I just love, is a Spanish, English, Spanish dictionary by Hugo. Look at the cover. Look again how tiny. It's even smaller than that one. It's so adorable. Again, it's not in perfect condition. These are secondhand. Please be aware of that if you are interested in purchasing them. And this is also super, super old. Again, I don't think it's got a date that I can see. Let me have a look. Dictionary of Foreign. There's the tables, abbreviations and weights. Geographical names. Yeah, not a date that I can see, but super old. Let's see if there's anything in the back. Here we go. Just printed in Great Britain. Again, by the money and stuff, you can tell that this is, I don't know, I'd say 40s, 50s, something like that. And again, considering how old it is, the pages, it's all still bound. There's no real marks or anything like that on the actual pages themselves. So yeah, these are just, I mean, this is a bit, you can see this bit's a bit floppy, but again, considering age, really wish they had a date, but some of the really old books just don't. But again, you can tell by the money. US currencies and measures, comparative table, cubic, squares, lineal. So yeah, so these three will be in my shop if you are interested. These would be beautiful in junk journals, or just, I mean, this is just so, I was super tempted just to keep this because it's just, it would work beautifully. Like, it's so 1950s. I can imagine a woman in a gorgeous dress and, you know, sitting when holiday in Spain and sunglasses on, and yes. Anyway, so these ones, and this is adorable. I will be reading this just because. So there, they will be in my shop, and these are the three that I brought to use myself. Yeah. Used by the private student or in public classes. I love these old books. They just tickle me. Anyway, I will leave the links to my Etsy down below if you're interested, as well as my Instagram link that you can follow me on. And yeah, that's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed but would like to, please do that. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots of crafty fun, and I will be back again very soon. Bye for now.